Welcome back to the Fresh Brew Run Club. Today, I have a confession. While it may seem like a professional camera crew is following me around everywhere I go, capturing my every move when I'm on the run and turning that into a cinematic masterpiece that I post to YouTube, I have a secret. It's actually just me. And I haven't even been showing you everything that I'm taking on my runs to capture that footage, and it's been keeping me up at night. So today, I want to come clean. I want to explain my secret, how I'm getting this footage of me running without actually having a professional camera crew. I know it's shocking, but just bear with me. So my secret is a backpack. When I'm shooting these videos, I typically will run with a backpack that carries a few things that I need in order to actually shoot those videos. Now this is pretty new for me. I typically don't like running with anything. In fact, I just put out a video explaining that I don't want to carry my phone or an MP3 player or any other kind of stuff. I just want to have everything on my watch. However, in order to shoot these videos, there's a couple things I need to bring with me. And in order to do that, I have to put them in a backpack. So this is the running backpack that I use. So what exactly am I bringing on the run? Well, I'm glad you asked. The first thing, and probably the most obvious, is my phone. So I'm shooting all of the footage that I'm capturing on my runs on my iPhone. I thought about balancing it on various objects or holding it up myself, but that's just not super practical, especially when the weather's bad. So one of the things I've been using is this little tripod. So it kind of has these bendy little arms that you can either use to hold the phone up like this, or you can put it on a fence and kind of wind these around the fence and connect it that way. So this is basically what I'm using to set up the shots, where I'll put this on a wall or put it on a fence or put it on the ground in order to capture the footage of me running by. Now that I'm running with a bag, I figure I might as well take some other stuff. So I have my wallet, better than leaving it in the car. I have my keys, and I also have Chocolate Outrage in case I need an energy boost on the run. Check out my video, I did a blind taste test. This was the winner, this was the best one. And then I also have an emergency contact list in case I can't call home if I need something. People can find a few numbers to call. I'm not gonna show you the numbers for obvious reasons, but I do have a few phone numbers in the backpack that someone can call if they do find me in a ditch somewhere because I tripped on a rock and hit my head on a mailbox. So I also have a few other things on the run. You can run into a lot of insects, so I make sure that I keep a hornet repellent, hornet and wasp killer, just in case. You never know when you might run into a hornet's nest. I also keep an ant killer. Sometimes if I'm stretching, I might be sitting on an ant hill. The ants will be crawling over my legs. Want to make sure I take out those ants. And then of course, if I'm killing all these ants, I want to make sure I'm cleaning it up. So I do bring a roll of paper towel. You never know when you might need a roll of paper towel. So another thing, I also keep a bottle of water just in case. And then sometimes your shoes get wet. So you always want to carry a backup pair of shoes in your backpack. This is the Pegasus Turbo 2. I did a review on the Pegasus and talked about the Turbo 2 a little bit, so check that out. So sometimes when I'm running, I get a little hungry, so I want to make sure that I bring something to eat. So I got a can of Progresso vegetable soup. And then sometimes with the soup, it can be, might not have as much flavor as you want, so I make sure that I have a hot sauce that I can put on it, and then also a barbecue rub, kind of rub that on the soup and add a little bit of flavor, just a little chef's secret for you in case you're looking to spice up your soup. Now when you're on the run, it's hot, you're sweating, you're cooking up a lot of soup, you're eating hot sauce, you can start to smell pretty bad, so I do make sure I always have an extra stick of deodorant. You want to make sure that you smell good when you're on the run. And then I don't know about you, but I always get kind of bored on some of my longer runs, so I want to make sure I keep myself entertained and preoccupied. So I do like to bring a deck of Uno cards just in case. You never know. Pretty simple game, so it's something you can do on the run. And then if you're looking for something a little more highbrow, a little more educational, I recommend bringing a book. So I like to bring this Hardy Boys book called The Secret of the Old Mill. And sometimes when you're running and reading, you can accidentally drop the book in a puddle and ruin the book, or, a car might drive by and, someone in a truck might say, "Hey, nerd," and then, grab your book and take it and throw it in the back of their truck and drive off. So I always like to keep a backup of The Secret of the Old Mill. So, you just want to have 2 copies at all times because you never know what might happen. And then sometimes you're running, you want a little bit of inspiration. So I'm inspired by a guy named Joe Dumars. He was the GM of the Pistons and constructed the 2004 championship team. And then I also like to get in the right mindset. So I want to be in the mindset of a ferocious reptile, something that can, just attack at a moment's notice. So I like to keep this miniature alligator head in my bag just to get myself in the right mindset when it comes to my running. Now on some of the longer runs, you might be really bored. You might have read both Hardy Boys books, The Secret of the Old Mill. You might have played a game of Uno. You might have whipped up some soup. I always like to bring, like a Lego. So Anakin Skywalker's Starfighter, Jedi Starfighter is one of my favorite Lego sets. So I like to bring this. And I also like to keep a backup cell phone just in case. And then you ever been on a run and think, man, I'm craving a nice pie? I have. So I always like to keep a roller in my bag, just in case you're craving a pie and you think, hey, maybe I'll just stop at the store real quick, get some ingredients and start to whip up a pie. And I think the only thing you really need to bake a pie, according to my sister, who you should check out her YouTube videos, which I will link in the description here. But she says that you only need to have a rolling pin. You don't need anything else to bake pies and cakes. So, and especially cakes, like you definitely need a rolling pin for cakes. Looks like I have some work to do. But yeah, anyway, this is definitely a must-have if you're running and interested in baking. So one of the things that I'm a big believer in is making sure that you don't specialize too much. So I like to bring a couple things on the run, just a foam basketball, just to remind myself that ball is life. And then I also like to bring a softball. So one thing I absolutely hate is when I'm on the run and I run by something like a mailbox where there's a screw that just needs to be tightened. So one of the things I like to bring on a run is just a DeWalt drill. So if you need to fix a mailbox on the run, I got you covered. So one of the more underrated aspects of running is weight training. I think a lot of runners ignore it and they really shouldn't. So I make sure that I always have some weights when I'm running. This is a 10-pounder. You can go bigger. I recommend at least 60 pounds, but I just want to have this for an example because I'm running out of space on my desk. So I had a smaller version of what I normally carry, which is at least 60 pounds. I make sure that I have a bike pump. I definitely recommend Schwinn. And they're not paying me to endorse this product, so it's a good product. All right, and then last but not least, I like to keep a note in here, and this note says, don't forget to subscribe to the Fresh Brew Run Club for more video updates in the future. I always like to keep this in there. You never know who you're gonna run into. It also says thank you for watching, so I just wanna thank everybody for watching this video. Hope this is helpful when it comes to planning what to put inside of a running backpack. If you have anything that you'd like to include in your backpack, leave a comment below. Would love to see what other people are doing in their backpacks. I think this is a pretty good set of things to include in mine, but I'm open to new options. But once again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you later this week with a new video. And yeah, thanks for watching.